So, this next song that we want to do for you, this is the most famous song that I have written myself. We're just a cult band, and in some places in the world we get maybe 800 or 1,000 people at a show in Scotland or in other places it's a bit more like this. But we're never going to play football stadiums. It's just not that kind of a band, and I'm totally cool with that. When I was a young kid starting out, all of the bands that I liked were bands that played in rooms this size. They weren't bands that played in arenas. I'd like to have their money, but I quite like this kind of vibe. So in a lot of ways, I guess I got what I was aiming at. But anyway, apparently, this goes back for centuries. People who write a song that a lot of people know, apparently, they come to hate the song oftentimes. Like Beethoven apparently hated to play the Moonlight Sonata. Whenever anyone would ask him to play it, he would say, "Ja, ich habe andere geschrieben," and that means, yeah, I have written some other shit. Lemmy apparently hated playing Ace of Spades every night for the last 40 years, but he did it every night because he was rock and roll made into a person, and that's what you do. Let's drink one to Lemmy, y'all. Lemmy. Well, if I die and nobody remembers me for anything except this next song, I'm totally cool with that. Because this next song is the most honest song I've ever written. I wrote this song when I was young enough to still believe in love and truth and the America. Fuck yeah. Stay with me. Anytime anybody says the America. Fuck yeah. Exactly. Check the mental. So, I wrote this song when I was 18 about the first girl I met when I went to the university. I liked her, and she liked me, and she was taking birth control pills.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That is a very significant moment in a young man's life, John.
It was a very significant moment in my life, I tell you that.
I bet it felt just like that David Coverdale guy said from the Whitesnake band. He said it best when he said...
Coverdale?
Yeah, Coverdale. He said, "Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for?" Did it feel like that?
No. I was 18, man, so in Coverdale language, it felt more like, "I'm gonna slide it in, right to the top, I'm gonna slide it in, I ain't never gonna stop." More like that. I was 18. You know, stupid. What do you want? I mean, yeah. But I learned a lot from it because very soon I realized that I was not the only man who was getting the benefit of these birth control pills. There were lots of others. It was in the America. And, yeah, where people are fundamentalist Christians, not open-minded Catholics. Yeah, anyways, I learned a lot from it, though. I learned that nobody else can break your heart. You break your own heart. Nobody else has the power to do that. You do it to yourself when you realize that you are simply not special. When you realize that to that other person, the answer to Alanis Morissette's ultimate question, "Do you think of me when you fuck her?" The answer is, nope. Nope, not at all. Moving right along, not thinking about you at all whatsoever. And when you realize that, you have to realize that you are not that special, and actually nobody else is. Either that meaning is created through relationships and connections, it is not found. There is no such thing as love, it is a verb and not a noun. You have to do it, it's not something you can be in. When you learn that, you can have adult relationships that include things like, who took out the fucking trash, and who left that shit laying on the kitchen counter, and so forth. But anyways,
I think the kitchen should be green.
Because this lovely lady right here looks very much like what I could imagine the girl I wrote this song about might look like today. It was a few years ago. That's a compliment from me. I think Angela Merkel is hot. You would totally do her. Yes, you would. Is this your wife, sir?
No.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry because she gonna break your heart. I've seen that look before. She'll tear your world apart. Brother, you're working on your next broken heart.
Oh, bless your ever-loving heart.
Oh, I want to sing it for the beautiful couple right here. You should probably learn the words to this. They'll come in handy. I'm keeping your poop in a jar till the day you come back, so don't forget just what you are. Yeah, I'm keeping your poop in a jar. You thought you took everything, but you left something behind for me. I scooped it out, I bottled it up, and now it's there on a stand by my bed to remind me, in case I never forget. You're just a piece of poop, keeping your poop in a jar till the day you come back, so don't forget just what you are. You're keeping your poop in a jar. Play it pretty for this couple of two. Once, so I opened the lid for a smell. That's when it all came back to me, baby. In one vaporous rush, I remembered you well. How could I ever forget? Lord, you're just a piece of poop, keeping your poop in a jar till the day you come back, so don't forget just what you are. You're keeping your poop in a jar. Everybody sing, come on y'all. Keeping your poop in a jar. Put your hands up till the day you come back, so don't forget just what you are. Yeah, keeping your poop in a jar. Hallelujah, Lord. Keeping your poop in a jar. Yeah, keeping your poop in a jar. Oh, that's beautiful. You guys look almost like a Tiziano Ferro show in Torino. Sto dimentica perché so silenzio, no, dimentica per me. Sto dimenticando. Bellissimo. Rocky Rio. Oh, glory, hallelujah, so keep it poop in a jar. Grazie mille.